Kimbo White here. I want to let everybody know about a couple of things that are in the news today in the MMA world. First of all, the show opener for the UFC will be different for UFC 143, and the Gladiator is bye-bye. We will no longer see the Gladiator UFC opening that has been in use for nearly a decade. It's going to have a new 60-second show opening. Was created by Digital Domain and Zuffa's sister company Mothership, which features highlights from 18 of the UFC's most iconic fights. According to a release, Digital Domain created the 1-minute spot to encompass all eras of the UFC. Fights clips will combine archival footage with entirely imagined backgrounds that are meant to show the evolution of the sport. So I don't know what entirely imagined backgrounds are. So I guess it's going to have a lot of cool graphics to it. So whatever. I'm going to probably just, this is a short article from MMAJunkie.com, and I'll probably just maybe post it down in the description of my video. It's just a few short paragraphs and you can read it. And I think that's pretty neat because, yeah, for a decade, I mean, I don't even really remember. I'd have to go back to the old SEC days or whatever those were and see what the hell they even had before the Gladiator. Pop in some of my old tapes because I can't even recall what the hell the opener was before the Gladiator. He's been on there that long. So that's pretty cool. Something else that kind of the main focus of the video too is I want to know what you guys think about this fight that's coming up. Pat Barry's next fight. He has drawn LeVar Johnson, who just knocked Joey Beltran out cold, and I do not think that this looks good for Pat Barry. Can Pat Barry cut the distance against that beast and do some damage? Would you pick Barry over Carwin? Would you pick? I mean, LeVar Johnson's a dangerous striker. You guys saw it. We've not seen Joey Beltran get left laying in the middle of the ring like that. I don't believe ever in the UFC for sure. So I might be wrong about that, but I don't remember anybody knocking Beltran out cold. And LeVar Johnson is dangerous. And his stand-up was looking very improved in this last fight. But I gotta say that Barry was looking a lot more scrambly, and he got taken down and was able to get back up in his last fight. So, you know, maybe they've actually been working with him instead of just having him work with people on striking for a change. But this fight, I think, is, you guys might say, so what, who cares? Pat Barry and LeVar Johnson. You got two mid-level, one-dimensional guys in MMA fighting. Whoop-de shit. But I think this fight intrigues me so much because I think this is a fight just for the guys who like to see flat-out power strikers and big knockouts. If you're a knockout fan, this is going to be awesome. And not to mention, it is the co-headliner to the next UFC on Fox event, which I am very, 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 I'm very, very, very certain about the fact that this card will deliver some good fights. I see a knockout of the night in the co-main event, and a good fight of the night, Diaz versus Miller. Let's see here. I tell you what the rest of the card for that UFC on Fox 3 event is while I'm talking about it. Let's see here. Okay. John Dodson and Darren Uyanayama. Can never say that guy's last name. And Mike Macenzio and Carlos Ramola. Wow. So it looks like besides these two fights, we're going to have a lackluster card. Maybe I shouldn't go out of my way to say that the whole card's going to deliver. But these two fights will deliver. my God, I hope. Wow, I hope those two fights end up being prelims. With the heat that Davis is going to start catching over these Fox events, he's going to, they're going to have to make these main cards good. But I really don't see he didn't show up to the press conference because he's catching heat over it this last time, and I don't see that. Both the FX cards and the fuel stuff has been delivering. His first two FX cards were awesome. So I don't know really what to say about that. And then the last thing I wanted to get some comments on in my video is the new demo that's out on UFC Undisputed 3. Some things I noticed about it. The gameplay is a lot faster. I think the clinch work is quite difficult. I think the local play is going to be quite difficult. Some things I still don't like about it. It's still very arcadey. And when I say arcadey, I mean it's more of an arcade style game to me than it's not realistic. EA MMA was more of a realistic game to me. I don't think this game's like a complete flop or nothing. And I can sit here and say I'm not sure if I'm going to spend $60 on it when it comes out or not, but I know damn well I'll be there in line at midnight to get it the night it releases. If they do the midnight thing again, I plan on reserving it and I'll have it. And I think that the online play will be awesome, but I do think it'll be about the same as far as some gameplay. I don't think they really fixed a couple of the major things that they really needed to. One being, I beat the tar out of Anderson Silva the whole entire round. And, I mean, he didn't land hardly, he landed a few strikes the whole round, and I was lighting him up. And then he just hits me one time, and bam, flash knockout, whatever, I'm out. So, that shit sucks. And I know it happens in real life. It does happen, but it's just something about the way it is on that game. It seems like it happens quite a bit. Maybe they do it to try to make it exciting, and all it does is piss people off. I'm really not sure. The guy scoring the flash knockout's going to be happy, but if it's the computer, then the guy playing isn't too happy when he's been kicking ass the whole fight. Hits this guy, lands 100 punches to the face, can't knock him out, and get hit once and get knocked out. Now, another thing is the ground control. Really, it's quite easy to just hold somebody down. It's quite difficult to get up from the ground if someone's good at holding you down. That's not really the biggest complaint of mine. The biggest complaint I have probably is there's still stupid, silly little glitches. They put so much money into these games. They put the ring entrances now to this one. They put the Pride stuff in this one. They put a shitload of money in it. And, it comes out and it's still got this fucked up glitch where on the Pride, on the old game, no matter if you played local play, whoever was in the red corner or the blue corner won was always a champion. They'd always announce him as a champion. In every fight they get announced as the champion. The other person would get announced as the challenger. Which was dumb as hell. There's no reason they couldn't have fixed that before they released it. I know they got a quality control of this shit. So this has kind of turned into a rant video, even though I don't think it's the worst game in the world. But here's the thing: there's a huge, really to me, a huge graphic glitch on this one, and you'll see it when you play the game and see what I'm talking about. If you've played it, you've probably noticed it. When you play the Pride version, they've added something that's actually a pretty cool addition to the game this year. In the UFC, in the cage, you can back up to the cage and wall walk to get up, which was something you couldn't do before. They added something that was really something that that the game should have, but they kept it the same graphics in the Pride with the ropes. You'll back up to the ropes and straight wall walk the ropes like it's a cage. They don't bend or move. You just straight wall walk the ropes like they don't even move, like they're a cage. And it's really ridiculous that they would release a game they put so much money in and not just fix. Why wouldn't you fix that? Why wouldn't you make it different when you backed up against the ropes like that? Uh, you know, it's totally different. They don't even allow you to touch the ropes like that in Pride or Dream. They got them little guys that run up and push you off the ropes and everything. So yeah, there's just shit they could have did better with, and I don't think it's, like I said, it's not an overall flop, but honestly, the gameplay itself, they've added quite a few new cool things to it, which I'm not going to go into all of those, but there's a lot of different strikes and different things, submissions and throws and things that are different, unique to this third edition. But honestly, I think overall the gameplay is very similar to the second game, just faster. I think you're not going to see a whole lot of difference as far as the gameplay itself. Besides, honestly, the one other thing I was going to mention, and which is a huge difference in gameplay, and I don't know if anybody's going to like. I think it'll be a personal preference thing for sure, but the submission system is totally different. And before, you had it where it would just light up the color on the edge of the circle, and you'd have to push it real quick where it was at. And anybody who plays the game knows what I'm talking about. It's not the best description, but now you have to rotate your color around, catch their color, and overlap it, and they have to run from your color around this circle. It's hard to explain, and actually, to be honest with you, quite difficult to do. Dude, I've been playing the shit out of this demo, and really, it's a fun game overall. Like I said, I know I'll go spend my $60 on it. I think that this demo does not show enough of what it needs to show. It really leaves a lot to still be seen and wondered. I don't think that it is a very good representation of the game itself. I think when it comes out and we get the full effect of the game, we get all the different game modes and game types and all the different characters, it'll prove to be a much better game than what this demo is showing. So I don't think the demo is doing us any justice on this, guys, and I think it'll still be worth their $60, but at the same time, I really do think they could have put just a little more time and money into this thing, and for all the money and time they've put into it, just a little bit more would have made it twice as good of a game, and that's my opinion on it. But after I buy it and I try it out, I'll do another little video and talk about it. Because I'm always a fan of anything MMA, and especially these video games, being a gamer. So, yeah, that's been the last word with Kimbo White. Let me know what you think about the Barry Johnson fight. Let me know what you think about the video game, and be on the lookout for that new intro this weekend. The Gladiator is gone, so let me know what you think about that before and after the event. Been the last word with Kimbo White.